All right, coming to you from the Suzuka Circuit, I'm Daniel Stevens alongside Jonathan Webster for round 17 of Season 4 of the Breakout Racing League, Tier Number 1, coming to you here from tonight in Japan. This is a race where a lot of drivers are really going to have to get their season under carriage here, with the final 5 races really starting to shape up here. You got Japan, you got United States, you got Mexico, you got Brazil, and then we wrap it up at Abu Dhabi. These drivers are really going to have to push here to get their final charges up through the driver standings here tonight, especially drivers to the likes of Chandler Seda and Dralix, who really need to try and catch up to New Zealand Ryan. John, I hope you're ready for an exciting one here tonight. This is one of the greatest tracks on the calendar, and let's see if Chandler and Dralix can really push through and maybe beat that Renault of New Zealand Ryan that's been so unstoppable all season long.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to be back, Danny, especially to see you back in this this commentary seat. I know last week we missed you very much, but yeah, it's great to be back in Japan. Such an exciting race. A lot of overtaking opportunities here. I know you said VSR Dralix needs to catch up in the points earlier. He is not here, unfortunately, tonight. We have a smaller crowd tonight, but I'm excited for some good, clean racing as these drivers are going to start this short qualifying off here by coming out of the pits.
Yeah, well, this is a racetrack where tire wear does not appear to be too much of an issue. The soft and medium tires are able to be run at a one-stop here. Don't see any drivers using those hards, though. I mean, we might see that because this is a track where, once again, it really is about managing those tires. If you do use them up, you are going to struggle, but if you can manage them well, it is an easy one-stop from soft to medium, so we'll see how that shakes up here tonight. And also exciting news is this is the second start for Team Martic here in his Toro Rosso, so let's hope that he has a better run here tonight than he did a couple weeks ago at Singapore, where it was nothing short of disaster, John.
Oh yeah, it was not very good. I mean, Deer Hunter wrecked him out of the race. I mean, Deer Hunter did take a lot of crap for that after, but such a shame for him. But hopefully he can get on good terms with this circuit today and put in a great performance here in the Breakout Racing League.
Yeah, well, once again, this track, it is very exciting, but there aren't too many overtaking opportunities, but 3 of note are turn 1, the spoon curve, and possibly even the hairpin if you get a good enough run out of the S's and the Degnas. Really tough to get an overtake done here. Very thin racetrack, but those 3 opportunities are going to be something that these drivers are going to try to take advantage of here tonight. But John, with how difficult it is to pass aside from those 3 locations, I think qualifying is going to be key.
Yeah, I mean, back in 2005, Kimi Räikkönen completely proved everybody wrong there. But no, I actually think the chicane in one of the final corners after the 130R corner, I think that is a prime opportunity to overtake as well. And Shiza Vivid is actually off the track. He lost.
Yeah, I was going to say Sparky. Oh no! Oh, Warden joined. Okay, I thought he disconnected there. That was weird. But what was it? Sparky hit the grass to start his lap time right there, as you said it. And yes, mind me, completely forgot about the chicane right there. That was definitely an overtaking point. What I meant was that the spoon curve is a shaky spot to try and make a move, but some drivers will attempt it here tonight, as we have seen in the past, and we probably will see tonight. But yes, those 4 are something that you should look at tonight. As for Sparky, looks like he is carrying on with this lap. Just cut the first Degna a good bit right there. That might be an invalidation. Looks like he's going to keep going with it. Not a track where we're going to see a lot of slipstream. We've seen that recently. A lot of drivers waiting for their teammate in qualifying, giving them that toe down the big straightaways. Not too many locations here tonight to be able to pull that off, so don't expect any of those mind games played here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, slipstream is really not needed here, like you said. It's just about cornering and, you know, the best opportunities.
Oh, Sparky almost loses it. Sorry about that, John. This has been a miserable lap for Sparky. Let's take a look at someone else right here. Team Martic is on his lap, it appears. Looks like he actually will be the first one to cross the line and set a time. Coming through the final chicane he goes. Got to avoid this bump right here or go easy over it. He goes easy over and hits the line. What's it going to be for Team Martic? It's a 129.5. Not too sure how it's going to stack up just yet, but we will see how that shakes up when drivers to the likes of Ham Newton and those other guys cross the lines. Boss Cookie, there he goes, 127.6. So yeah, that 129.5, definitely a scruffy banker lap for Team
Meanfern goes second. Splits the 2 with a 128.6. Meanfern has been very consistent as of late.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
Hoopalicious.
Hoopalicious, by the way, who's been getting better as the season's gone on. 127.6 for him, and Ham Newton up to third. So maybe not the best lap for Ham, but possibly on the mediums. And no, he was on the sauce for that lap. So maybe just not the best lap for Ham Newton, or maybe he's not the most fond of this racetrack. But we tend to see Team at Marduk run a bit of a scruffy banker lap to start his sessions. He's got a feel for the racetrack, so don't be too offended here, Team at Marduk fans, early in the session. Still a long way to go here in qualifying. He will improve.
Yeah, Danny, I'm watching DRC Jared and his Renault on a flyer right now. Looks to be going on pole. I mean, he's coming around 130R, coming up to that chicane as of now. Let's see what he can do in his Renault. He had a good race last weekend, and he's trying to put together some wins here at the end of the season. Very quick driving. As he comes across the line.
Across the line, here it is, third place. Yeah, as you said, Jared, Jared in post-race interviews, 2 of the last 3 weeks, has made it very clear that he doesn't seem to care very much of this championship at the moment because he's fallen so far out of it, so he's not even practicing, but it's still fun to watch him race. He's definitely a high-skilled talent here in the Breakout Racing League.
Oh,
so he's no slouch, even though he isn't always ready. And yes, who has gone off?
Someone went off. I saw some gravel come up there, but I was watching Alan Hugo. He goes 6th in his Mercedes. And
and what do you know? Chandler Seda up to the top at a 127.5. Chandler's been on fire for much of this season, but just hasn't been able to harness it entirely, John. And I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty surprised that he's already 61 points behind New Zealand Ryan with 5 races to go. So if Chandler really wants to challenge for that title, I think he needs to win here tonight. Yeah,
I mean, New Zealand Ryan is like the Lewis Hamilton of this league, and Chandler's like the Vettel, always spinning out and not putting in the performances that he wants, But yeah, hopefully Chandler can get up there and make this a little bit of a fight before the end of the season, before New Zealand Ryan takes his little stroll to glory there.
Yeah, and speaking of New Zealand Ryan, it looks like he is on his lap right now. A bit of traffic in front of him, though. Let's hope that doesn't hold him up too much. But there he is going through that hairpin. A hairpin where you can take a bunch of different lines right there. You can hug that inside to minimize the distance, or you can run that middle to get a good shot out. He goes for the middle route, it looked like that time around, and here he is now coming through the spoon curve. Very tough corner to get entirely right, but looks like he negotiates it fairly well. Here he is approaching 130R, a very tough corner to go side-by-side through, so look out for some drivers to poke it up the inside through there on lap 1 or throughout the race in general. Goes through there very easily, and he's going to be hard on the brakes to the final chicane. What is this lap going to be for New Zealand Ryan?
Going to go in the pits.
Coming out of the final chicane, he goes. No, it looks, yes, he does go in the pits. Possibly an invalidation or maybe got holed up too much by the drivers in front. None happy with that lap for sure from New Zealand Ryan, but sorry to bluff you guys out right there.
I'm like watching him. I'm like, Danny, he's in 0 ERS.
No, it didn't look like it. Whatever. But either way, it looks like Sparky's going at it again right here. His first lap was a bit of a nightmare, as we saw early on in the session, but here comes Sparky now on his second attempt. Takes that tight inside line through the hairpin, and here he is flying down this back straight right here, approaching the spoon curve. John, what do you think this is going to put Sparky in right here? A wild guess.
I've watched him a little bit over this lap. He's been running a little wide and goes wide there.
Oh, he runs wide again.
Yeah, but his teammate in Boss Cookie's going to help him with his slipstream down to 130R. I'm going to say either 5th or 6th here for Sparky.
I was going to say, I didn't expect to see much of the slipstream antics here tonight, but looks like Boss Cookie is giving his teammates some of the goods right there. But here he is now coming out of the final chicane. What's it going to be for Sparky? Is it 5th or 6th like John predicted or not? Across the line at 7th place. Hey, you're one position off. That ain't too bad.
That's not too bad. Danny, I was going to say, but we've seen that all year out of the McLarens with the slipstream. They love that slipstream, Danny.
Yeah, and it looks like Boss Cookie's on a lap of his own right there, setting it up pretty well to be lined up for his teammate, and then right in the zone to set a lap time without getting impaired by drivers up front. But as I say that, it looks like he is approaching Chandler right here in his Williams. Chandler's got to get out of the way.
Danny Vivid goes up to 5th out of nowhere.
Wow.
He put in a fantastic lap. So one of our new drivers in Breakout Racing League, and Shiza Vivid, is now up to 5th.
Did he race a week ago at Russia, or did he not?
Yes, he did. He did race. So this is going to be his 3rd race, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, he hasn't shown pace like that yet this season in his first 3 races, but look at that. He's right up there in 5th place and definitely not out of it. There's still a lot of time left. There's definitely some time to improve on that lap time and even get himself further up the table.
Danny, a
That's the boss
shocker.
cookie. Let's see how this lap is going, and here is Sparky giving his teammates some slipstream right here. So looks like the two of these McLarens, as you said it, are giving each other the goods here in this qualifying session. Coming through 130R, it's a purple middle sector for Boss Cookie. We might see him go up to the top right here, approaching the final chicane. What's it going to be when he hits the line, hits those curves rather nicely? Got to be easy over the bump right here. Holds onto it and across the line. What's it going to be?
Oh,
second. Marginally 5/1000ths of a second off of provisional pole position. How about that?
Danny, I have never.
Oh no, I've never.
I'm watching B-Dunk right now in his Alfa Romeo coming down to 130R. He's just set a purple sector too, so B-Dunk is really on it. Another surprising story is NZL Ryan has yet to set in the time. He's sitting down in 15th. And someone just moved up the grid.
B-Dunk just cut the final chicane and he invalidated his lap.
No. Oh, wow. That is very unfortunate for, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, well, I'm taking a look at Alan Hugo right here, coming out of Sector 1. Looks like a solid sector for him, approaching the Degnas right here. Alan Hugo, what is it? Ever since he joined the league midway through the season, he just seemed to like to start and last and make his way through the field and have some fun.
Warden.
But recently, looks like he has been. What is that? Oh, that is. Now, Warden tries to qualify. He just always starts in last. But nah, Alan Hugo hasn't even qualified for much of the season. Recently, as Jared goes to the top there, 127.5. So you got 3 drivers all in the same 10th window right there of 0.5. I was going to say, Hugo has finally started to qualify recently, and he's been able to start more in the midfield. Let's see where he could start here tonight, because, John, I think we both know he has the pace to win if the race goes right for him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, Danny, I'm hearing something that the race is going to rain. Oh, and Chandler extends that, doesn't extend.
First driver in the .4s.
Yeah, very quick time out of him. But, Danny, I have learned
and here comes Hugo, by the way, across the line, 7th place. So solid lap there for him. But, yes, rain, as you said it. Do you know if it's heavy or intermediate conditions?
I am not sure. Do it for Teasdale. Callum Teasdale put in the Twitch comments that I wonder if these drivers have wet setups. So what does that mean? I don't know. So we'll have to find out. Again, you are watching the Breakout
27.1.
Oh my God! What a flyer!
Delicious! What? What a lap! He must have got. There's no way he didn't get slipstream.
Goodness!
There's no way. Did B-Dunk give it to him? No, B-Dunk's on his out lap right here, so that's impossible. Oh, and there's NZL Ryan. There he is. 2nd place with 27.3. How did Hoopalicious pull that .1 out of the bag? I don't think I've seen that from any of these drivers this week.
No. Nope. Wow.
Oh, and Shizavivid's out. Did he just crash?
It looks like it.
Yeah, yellow flag, sector 1. Looks like he has crashed out. Oh, man, that's not good for him. I mean, he was showing good pace here early in the session. God knows where he would have started if he was able to throw another one out there. But, yeah, looks like he's going to be out of the session. And as we have to deal with that circumstance, Teammate Marduk is on his 2nd lap time right here. Looks like we had a bit of a slow mid-corner through the hairpin right there. Maybe not the best run through there, but it looks like he is still going on with it. Looks like he might be blessed with some Alfa Romeo slipstream right here. And no, he runs wide and invalidates the lap. So that's going to end it right here. But fortunately, he is going to be able to pit, throw on another set of softs, and give another crack at it here, because there is enough time for him to go back out and run another lap time.
Yeah, for sure, Danny. The biggest loser so far is definitely B-Dunk. This man made that mistake, and it really cost him. So he's going to start a lap here. I think he's actually began a lap.
Well, I'm on board him right now. He is on his lap time at the moment. Approaching Degna 1. Let's see if he clips the apex well. He nails it right there, does B-Dunk. Harder to get down to the 2nd one. This is the apex a little bit, but not too much harm done. Touches the grass a little bit on the left side, but it looks like that will not hurt his tires as he brakes hard for the hairpin. Left the car width on the right side. It was a bit strange of a line right there, but he is still on a very solid lap for B-Dunk standards. Here he is now approaching the Sector 2, Sector 3 split. This is the spoon curve. Very difficult to take right here without getting an invalidation on the right side, but He's very cautious right there, doesn't touch that curbing at all. Very wise driving for B-Dunk, and here he is now in Sector 3. John, let's try this again. Where do you think B-Dunk's going to pop up to?
I think B-Dunk's going to go up to third on this lap. It looks quite quick, I have to say.
Does it? All right, well, here he is,
well
hard
put
on the
together.
brakes to the final chicane. He's hitting those curves rather nicely. Misses the second one, though. Loses a bit of time, missing the apex. Hits the bump and pits.
Oh, damn it! Dude, I thought I had it again, but B-Dunk again decides to think better of his lap and come in the pits. So hopefully he can get on a new set of tires.
I don't think he's going to be able to get back out there. It's going to take his team about what 20, 30 seconds to get the car back in there and put the tires on. I don't know. If
better be quick.
That time right here.
It better be quick. Oh, and
well,
this
either way, this is the
as
time.
well.
Oh, yes, it does. But I was going to say, this is the time when you're going to see those drivers coming out for their final runs right here. We're seeing them start to pour out of the pit lane. John, this is the tightest field I think we've seen in a while here. Who do you think is going to go on pole?
Tia Mamarda. Sure. No, but I think pole is going to...
Of course.
I think Luke is going to stay on pole. That lap seemed quite unbeatable. An outsider...
I don't know if he's even going to be able to beat it.
Yeah, I mean, an outsider probably would be Boss Cookie. He looked pretty quick earlier. And B-Dunk, I think, will make it out of the garage. Yes, he's going to come out in front of New Zealand Ryan. So B-Dunk is going to make another lap here at the very depth
well,
of the
good for
session.
him. Yellow flag, Sector 1, Sector 3. Probably some drivers just getting out of the way of the others. I was going to take a look at Chandler right here, though. He's going to have to dig deep here and gain 3/10 on this lap if he wants to crack at pole position. He needs a good starting spot, as we said, if he really wants to take the challenge to New Zealand Ryan these final 5 rounds here of the Breakout Racing League. And John, do you think he has the potential to go on pole right here? I know that .1 is really strong, but is there a chance that Chandler can get it?
I mean, Chandler, this is a wheel track, and Chandler is such a great driver. I never really count Chandler out. Yeah, no, I think there might be a chance for Chandler to end up on pole here at the Suzuka
All right, well,
International
Boss
Circuit.
Cookie and Mex Stalo are on their laps right now. They're the first two to cross the line. John, keep us posted on them as I will ride on board with Chandler Santa, take you guys around a lap of the Suzuka Circuit, see what he can do. Says he went purple, 3rd sector on his out lap. It's probably just a glitch right there, but either way, here he is hard into turn number 1. Very late braking zone due to the banking and the late apex of that corner. Here's coming through the S's right here. Let's just shut up and watch him take these corners.
Welcome to a Formula One crank it up.
I don't think those could have been more perfect. He nailed those apexes all the way through the S's and clipped them very well through the Degnas as well. Here he is now in Sector 2, hard on the brakes for the hairpin. Picks that inside line and loses the back end a little bit. He's going to lose a little time of that. But here he is now approaching the spoon curve, and other than that little mistake, this lap has looked very strong for Chandler. Looks like he has been green in the first sector, but not purple, I believe. So Hoopalish is still standing strong at the moment. Here he is coming out of the spoon is Chandler. Very good run through there. Approaching the Sector 2, Sector 3 split, and this is going to be where it all matters in that final braking zone. There's the only couple corners left to gain or lose time, so let's see what Chandler does. Clips the grass a little bit on the left side, going through 130 yard, but no harm, no foul right there.
Hoopalicious is out.
Oh man, yes,
he went way wide. But back up to Chandler.
All right, well, John across the line is coming Chandler. Here he is, and no, he doesn't improve.
And Timo Marduk is coming out of the final corner as well, up to the line. What can he do? He goes 11th.
11th place.
So a little bit of an improvement for Timo Marduk. So Alan Hugo is now coming around the final corner, up to the line. What can he do in his Mercedes? He goes up to 6th
place. Here comes Sparky across the line. He goes up to 9th. Congratulations, Sparky. You just beat Team at Marduk. Man, Mean Fern here, though. He's one of the few drivers left to cross the line. Yes, just saw that on the left side of the screen. And look at Jared up to 4th right there. Good stuff from him.
Around the final corner. What can he do? He can't do anything like usual.
And Mex Stalo across the line. Oh, Mean Fern, mind me, up to 10th. Good stuff from him. And that looks like that is the end of the session. But no, Ryan is across the line. Completely forgot about him. And look at that. Very marginally misses out on pole position. Less than a 10th behind Hoop, but he's going to have to settle for 2nd. And mind me earlier, I do believe Chandler improved, but it was not by very much. He was not able to gain any positions. John, that was a pretty exciting qualifying session, not going to lie.
Yes, it was, especially at the end. Last minute, I did see B-Dunk move up to 5th, so B-Dunk will start 5th after spending most of the session dead last. But like I said, like I predicted, Danny, because I'm a soothsayer, Hooplicious stays on pole.
Yeah, well, there you have it. Your top 3 podium starters here for the Japanese Grand Prix is Hooplicious in first place, New Zealand Ryan second, Chandler Seda rounding out the top 3. And John, does anyone further down the grid that you think should have done better? Who do you think it is?
Definitely Sparky. I mean, Sparky didn't have much practice for this race.
I thought you were going to say Team Marta, because I just realized he is not in 11th anymore.
I did not realize that, but Timo Martek will start last.
Yeah, just like he did 2 weeks ago. So yeah, first two career starts in BRL and starting in last with both of them. And yes, it is pouring rain.
Dude,
John, oh my God.
Get your umbrellas, get your ponchos out. This is a wet one.
Yeah, start ringing your bells, because I'm pouring thunder, I'm pouring rain. I just botched those lyrics, but whatever. You know what song I'm talking about. John,
I don't
know what's going to happen right here. Who do you remember having good wet pace early on in the season?
Well, I don't remember, but at Singapore, one guy that stands out in the wet that anyone can realize is Max Stalo. That man was flying in the wet in Singapore.
So is he your one to watch then?
I think Max Stalo is my one to watch. He flies in the rain. And my pick to win the race has to be the man who starts on pole, Hooplicious. He threw it on pole by 2/10, I'm pretty sure. What a lap! What a well put together lap out of him. So I'm gonna have to say Hooplicious wins this race.
All right. Well, I think it is by unwritten contract that we are not allowed to pick the same driver for one to win the race. So I'm going to give it to Chandler right here. I think he's going to step up to the occasion, get around Ryan, and try and run away with this thing. Possibly to get around Hooplicious, of course, to take the win away from him. But he's going to need a run like that here tonight if he wants to win that championship come the end of the season. As for my one to watch, it's kind of hard to go against that Ferrari down at 16th place.
I knew you were going to say, I knew it, Dan. I knew it, Daniel. I knew it.
Yeah, Warden does this every time. He always starts last. I think he just missed qualifying this time, different from usual, but take a look at Team at Martic and Warden together. I know those two are buddies. Let's see what they can do to work their way up from the final row of the grid here tonight. So I'd pick the two of those as your one to watch. John's one to watch is Max Stalos, and take a look at those three. And as for our ones to win, Hooplicious and Chandler, let's see if anyone gets it right by the end of the night.
I think it will be me, Danny. I mean, Warden. When Warden joined, I knew that Daniel Stevens was gonna pick him. So.
Well, John, I'm just thinking real quick. Hoop might have loaded a dry setup because the lap that he set was that much faster than Ryan and Chandler that I don't know. It's just not very characteristic of him to go that much faster than the two of them. So he might have a setup disadvantage, but as we said early on, this track, it can be hard to pass on at times, so track position really can matter, and he might have just gone for it right there by loading up a dry setup, but that's just speculation.
Yeah, I mean, he loves this racetrack. It's one of his favorite. He was talking to me. I called him on the phone the other day, and he was ecstatic about this racetrack and this race this weekend. So it might be true pace, or it might be a dry setup. They never know.
All right, as I grab a drink of water right there before we get this thing started, John, is there any last thing that you'd like to tell our viewers back at home? We got a bunch of them.
How many, Dan?
Nah, we keep that a secret, John.
Oh, all right. But yeah, I think this is going to be a great race, and I hope you guys enjoy. This is the Breakout Racing League Tier 1. Tell your friends.
All right, well, Warden and Team at Martic all lining up at the back of the grid, which means we are ready to get this thing started momentarily. They are now in their grid slots. All right, here we go. Lights coming on in front of the drivers. We now have 5 lights in front of the drivers. And it's time to bring the action from Suzuka. Looks like a good start there from Hoop. New Zealand Ryan, though, gets a better start there in the second phase. He is going to get alongside and ahead of Hoopalicious.
Oh, and Hoopalicious
Hoop might get the better rotation. No, he does not. Ryan will edge in front to the lead. A lot of side-by-side squabbling behind them. Some drivers getting forced off the racetrack, including B-Dunk coming out of turn 2.
Oh, no!
Looks like not too...
around!
Oh, man. Oh, and there's a huge pile up there. It is massive crash in the end of the field right there. Warden's in it. Boss Cookie's in it. Looks like he's the one that started it unless someone hit him. But, man, not a clean start at all there, John. Can you talk us through what happened?
Oh, my goodness. It was, and virtual
safety car. Yeah, virtual
out.
safety car. So, John, now this is your moment now to explain to us view of what just happened.
So, ERS Ham Newton basically just killed Boss Cookie. He was going through the S's, and Boss Cookie wasn't giving him anything, and Ham Newton kind of just turned in on him, what it looked like. So, Boss Cookie ends up and there's a Mercedes off. Alan Hugo goes a little bit deep.
Oh, no, yes.
And Max Stalo is by him. And now they've traded back, but
and Alan Hugo's missing that right front end play. He's got massive wing damage.
And Master Berserk does have wing damage as well. So a lot of these drivers with some wing damage early, this should affect a lot of their races. But yeah, I mean, it was just a poorly timed move from ERS Ham Newton, it looked like. And Boss Cookie ended up cascading the field. So
yeah, well, green flag is back in the air. It's the end of the VSC. New Zealand Ryan is your leader coming out turn number 1, and as we called it there early on, Hoopalicious got the better initial. Oh man, New Zealand Ryan just got a 5-second time penalty for that. That's a bit egregious. He lost time, but that might get appealed at the end of the race. So let's not pay too much attention to that one. Here he is coming around here to end lap 1. He will lead it. Oh no! Did he just go straight through the chicane?
I am not sure. I think he has. Oh man, Sparky double moving on Shizavivid. Oh my God, that was very close.
Yeah, behind them looks like Alan Hugo's trying to shape it up on B-Dunk. Not able to get there though. Yes, here is Shizavivid coming back around the outside of Sparky, coming out of turn number 2. Doesn't get the better exit though, and Sparky will hold on to 6th for now. But as we were saying earlier, it looked like Hoopalicious got the better initial getaway. But in the second phase, Ryan was really able to get that power down and just cruise past him to take away that lead.
Yeah, definitely. Ryan got a fantastic start, and Chandler is harassing Hoopalicious' gearbox now. And DRC Jared is right there knocking on the door.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of drivers had to duck into the pits there. They were hoping that VSC would last just a little bit longer to reduce the damage for having to pit right here. But looks like it did not work out the way that they wanted it to. And as I said a minute ago, New Zealand Ryan is definitely being unhappy with that penalty. I definitely think he lost time going that far off the track and sliding. And speaking of sliding, look at Hoopalicious drifting. That was incredible how he saved that. But here comes Chandler though on the inside. Oh no, contact. And Hoopalicious gets off the racetrack right there. John, I can't really put blame on Chandler, though. He was definitely in position to make that move, and I think Hoop kind of maybe just came across him a little bit right there.
I wish that was better on the step.
Yeah, it could have been, but look at B-Dunk. Got all aboard the B-Dunk train. Shizavivid, Alan Hugo, Max Stale all getting held up right here. They're squabbling for position right behind the gearbox of that Alpha. Oh, and B-Dunk goes a bit wide there, but not too far wide. Shizavivid will not be able to pounce on him in the final chicane, but B-Dunk definitely not showing the most tremendous of pace early on in the stages here tonight.
No, he is not. He's not a big fan of the wet weather, and ERS Ham Newton does have front wing damage. He's looking to make a move on Hoopalicious here, down into 1. Thinks better of it, though. But yeah, he does have wing damage in his Williams from making contact with Boss Cookie. But Danny, someone that this whole gaggle of cars that wrecked in lap 1, that helped Sima Marduk jump up a few places, so he has moved up to 11.
He got through. I was going to give credit to him, completely forgot. He got through that first incident very well, didn't concede any damage, I don't think, and he even gained a good few positions. A solid avoidance there from Team Marduk early in the race. Looks like Master Berserk and Alan Hugo are going at it right here, unless it is someone pitting. And now it looks like Alan Hugo has just lost position to Master Berserk. Not too sure how that happened because he's so much further back.
Team
Marduk, as I say, yeah, picks up a 3-second time penalty. A bit early to get one of those, but we will see a lot here tonight. This is a track where it is very easy to pick them up in some of these corners. Being in the rain is really just going to expedite that process. And John, very early to make a call for being who's right about the one to watch or win the race, but Chandler is starting to catch up to New Zealand Ryan a good bit here.
Yes, he is. Chandler finds his pace throughout the race. He starts dicing people up. So here he comes on NZL Ryan. He's within us 1.1 seconds as of right now as he goes down into 130R. I am interested to see throughout the race, Danny, who loses it through 130R.
Oh, I know. It gets it's hard enough already in the wet, but as these tires start to wear off, you lose a bit of grip right there. It's going to be very hard to hold on to the car through such a high-load corner on these old wet tires. Chandler does go fastest right there. I was going to say that looked like a very good lap for him. And John, just riding on board with these guys, it is almost painful just how slowly they're having to get around this racetrack, but it's what you got to do if you want to succeed in the wet conditions.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a long night for us, but I'm not complaining, Danny. I could sit here every single day and do this, but Cam Newton is still harassing Hooplicious with that broken front wing. That is the closest battle on track, it looks like, as of now.
Yeah, I think my theory about that dry setup might be true here, because Hoop has not had anything for these guys. And maybe just a bit of a scruffy start to the race for him, because he's just falling like a rock. He's going from first to fourth in just a matter of 3 laps.
Definitely, I feel really bad for him. I mean, after starting a pole and picking him to win, that's just not good out of me. And Timo Marduk is not showing a time. Are you seeing that, Denny? He is not showing any lap time. Oh, really? Must be something glitched on my screen, but yeah, no, he's sitting down.
Yeah, well, Codemasters tends to do that from time to time, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, we love Codemasters.
All right, well, here we are on lap number 4. It's going to be over 20 to go when we hit the line this time around. Still a long way to go, so a lot of time for some of these drivers to make up for the damage that they lost here early on. And yes, Warden, another 3-second time penalty again for him. He was in the thick of that accident on lap 1, yeah, so not going well for him. He lost a lot of front wing in that accident. No, but neither was yours, to be fair.
What are you talking about? He's like...
I'm talking about Hoopalicious.
Oh, but he's in 4th, and Warden's down in 16th still, so I'd shut up.
I know. Just playful banter. All right, whatever. But looks like something just happened. What just happened right there? Oh, man, looks like Shizavivid went straight. Yes, he did. He went straight in the final chicane right there. Slowed down so that he wouldn't pick up the penalty. So good stuff from him to not do that. But he has lost a good couple positions. Look at that. It promotes Team and Marduk up into the points, so... he's in contention to score his first points here in the Breakout Racing League.
That would be fantastic. He's the fan favorite, I think I can tell. But, oh, my...
Oh, Warden.
Danny, what is up with your guy tonight, man?
I curse this man every time, I swear. I always pick him, and he never does well.
Hey, it's okay. He might... You know, you never know what can happen here at Japan. Someone can lose it in the S's. There's a safety car, but someone to watch right now is actually Max Taylor, because he is gaining every single lap on B-Dunk. And like I said, that man is quick in the wet.
Well, yeah, I noticed that a second ago. I was about to give you credit for that selection. He is very good in the wet, as you just said, and he's shown it here tonight already. But I was just about to say, Team Marduk is not gotten to very quickly around this racetrack. Shizavivid was all over him, but it looks like Shizavivid has just spun out. Yes, he has. He was all over Team Marduk, Sector 1, but he's just gone around. Not too sure what happened right there for him. Unfortunate indeed, because he showed good pace in qualifying.
Yeah, that's a real shame for Shizavivid. Yes, he did. He did show some great pace early in qualifying. But, yeah, now he finds it. Oh, and, ignore
what
the
a penalty fest.
Screen.
This is just a penalty fest.
Just ignore the bottom of the screen there. I don't care if there was a penalty. Just ignore that name. Oh, and Shizavivid now with a 5-second time. But oh man, his race has just gone from okay to worse. So Max Taylor.
Well, I was just gonna say real quick, John, before you talk about Max, Chandler is losing time to Ryan right now. It's gone from 1 to 1.5. The gap between those two. Now update us on the Haas.
Yeah, no, Max Taylor is harassing B-Dunk again in his Alpha. B-Dunk looks quite slow here around Japan in the wet. And Max Taylor, like I keep stressing, he is a fantastic wet racer. So let's see what he can do here in the coming laps to dice B-Dunk up.
Yeah, well, here they are coming from the first sector, and this is going to be a tough sector to negotiate all night long, especially when you got a driver spraying water in front of your eyes, and you got some dirty air in front of you as well. But looks like Max holds on to it rather well through there behind B-Dunk. Approaching Sector 2 now, they are, and through the Degnas, Max Taylor just has much more confidence on the brakes. You just gained a whole car length on B-Dunk in the braking zone for Degna 2. So I think that's where he's really gaining most of his time right now, John.
I told you, that man is dangerous, and Shiza Vivid. This man has at least 20 seconds in penalties. That's a shame for him. But, yeah, I mean, Max Taylor, very quick. Very, very quick.
Yeah, well, I mean, other than these two guys right here, not too much going on throughout the grid. Jared is getting a bit close to Chandler, though, so we'll see how that story pans out. Oh, man. Yeah, so I don't think you can believe any of the positions that we have scored on the left side of the screen here tonight, folks, because I believe just about everyone and their mother has picked up a penalty already in this race. So we'll see how it stacks up by the end of the race. John, do you think we might even see a disqualification here tonight?
Shiza Vivid is in a prime position for a disqualification tonight. I mean, we have not seen one here in the Breakout Racing League, but I'm quite ready to see one. Danny, I think this is a good time to plug this BRL merchandise. How do you feel? You like that?
I think it's a good one. Why don't you deal it out right now?
All right. So, us here at the Breakout Racing League, we do have some merchandise. We have Breakout Racing League hoodies, T-shirts, sweatshirts, which are hoodies, mouse pads, phone cases. We have everything. That link will be in the Twitch chat, so you guys can take a look at that. We also
I think we should add some soap to the line right there so we compete with Dr. Squatch.
Actually, that is a great idea. I mean, I actually think we should add BRL toilet paper, since so many people are in need of toilet paper right now. But
yeah, but are we gonna throw PPR logos on it?
Yes, because that league is shot.
Oh man, Ben picks up a time penalty as you said it, but just keep going there, John.
All right, so we are also sponsored by GT Racing Gaming Chairs. I do not own one myself. I do want one at some point. Looks like a pretty solid chair. I've checked the reviews online. 5 stars. At least that's what I'm making up in my head. Hopefully 5 stars. Also, we are sponsored by Rogue Energy. It is an energy drink. It can be compared to Red Bull or Rowdy Energy or Rich Energy, you know, all the R energies. But Rogue Energy, it's probably different, probably got a different taste. Hopefully, I'd hope. So we're sponsored by them. And finally, Game Grind Coffee. If you're like up all night just playing some League of Legends or something and you need an extra kick, get that Game Grind Coffee in you. I mean, it'll really boost your metabolism and your drive.
Energy.
Your drive. Yeah, your drive. And it might even help you in the bed. Back to you, Dan.
Of course. Well, we now return to a regularly scheduled program. It is now lap 8 out of 27, and John, these laps are ticking by very, very slowly. Very slow laps indeed, but that is what you will see with the wet weather. DRC Jared picking up a penalty a lap ago. His race has just gotten a little bit harder. I don't believe Chandler has picked one up yet, and he is hounding him. He was 2/10 behind a lap ago. Other than these two, it's really just the B-Dunk train with Mex Stalo, and actually there's no one else on it. I thought it was a bit more tight right there, but now it looks like it's Sparky just ahead of B-Dunk that they're starting to catch up to, so more sooner than later. This might become more of a train, because actually in front of them looks like Hoopalicious is slowing down a good bit as well, so good battles in the midfield and warming up, I think, within the next few laps.
Yeah, I mean, New
Oh,
Zealand
and look
Ryan.
at Boss Cookie putting on the intermediates, by the way.
We got, wow, that is a bold move. Hopefully it doesn't spin out and crash like every other week, but yeah, good for him for a little bit of a bolder strategy.
Every other, it's every week.
Oh yeah, sorry. My bad. But yeah, hopefully that works out for him. You never know here in Japan. You know, someone could just lose it up into the S's and a safety car can't come out.
Oh man, looks like. Oh, sorry, Eurus Ham Newton went really deep into the chicane right there. Lost a good 4/10, the minimum right there. That's going to put Sparky right behind him. Ham Newton not showing pace that we're used out of him here tonight. Behind them looks like Mex Stalo is going to get a good shot at B-Dunk down turn of the front straightaway.
Come on,
but will not be able to get close enough into turn number 1. For those of you unaware entirely to the DRS rules, the DRS rear wing is not allowed in the wet weather, so it's hard enough to pass it up one already, and it's just harder here tonight due to that rule.
Max almost lost the back end there, Danny. Excuse me for going over
No,
there,
no.
going over you with my words. But yeah, no, he almost lost it there in eighth position in his Haas. Very close. He lost a little bit of time to B-Dunk there as well. But yeah, I mean, Danny, these laps are ticking so slow.
Yeah, well, here they are going through Degna 2. Looks like Sparky lost a bit of time there on Ham. He was all over him going through the Degnas. But look at B-Dunk losing the back end there at a Degna 2 as well under the bridge. And here he is coming up for the hairpin. Very easy on the brakes. So once again, Extalo is really gaining during the braking zone. He's really able to lunge forward and gain about a car length on the driver ahead. It's just he's not able to get the run off that he needs to pass him. As I say that, he's getting a good shot here at B-Dunk approaching Spoon, but will not be able to get alongside.
Yeah, I'm watching Chandler Seda and DRC Jared right now. Those two are just kind of keeping their social distance, if you know what I mean, from each other in second and third, and they're not really catching Ryan. I mean, Ryan is out to a 2.5 second lead on those guys. So hopefully this race can close up here in the middle stages of it.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking through right here. It really is just that. It's just Chandler versus Jared and then B-Dunk versus Extalo, because Sparky did lose a bit of time right there to Ham, so they're not quite as close as they were a lap ago. And as for Hoopalicious, he's kind of holding on to that gap between he and Ham. Not really gaining, not really closing.
Danny, I think it's time to check in on Tim Amarda.
Yeah, let's see how it's going, and let's see how it's going in Team at Marduk Land. Looks like he is miles behind the car up front and miles out of the car behind. He's gonna have a hell of a video to upload in a week. It's probably be 5 minutes long if it doesn't change from here on out. He needs some excitement here. Let's hope this footage maybe gets used next time out. You know, John, maybe get our names out there, but no. But either way, very
Danny,
boring race for him indeed.
Danny, the clout levels would be absurd, you know. Then I could go around, you know, to all the homies, just be like, yo, I was in this video, you know. But yeah, I mean, I have no words. I have no words. I mean, I would watch the video, you know, because I always, you know, sometimes watch his videos, but it'd be cool to see my name.
What do you mean? We watch every video.
Oh yeah, here at the Breakout Racing League, we do watch every video of Cyril Marduk. We are big fans. We hope to see him in here next year. Danny, back over to you.
I was gonna say, not gonna lie, I low-key fell asleep to the background noise of his F1 2017 McLaren Honda career mode last night. So, totally honest right there, not gonna lie. But either way. Still, I mean, the fact that we're able to talk like this right now is a bit depressing because not too much is going on the racetrack at the moment. I mean, it just kind of shows.
There's a massive train behind ERS Ham Newton forming.
Yeah, I mean, it is a big train, but it seems that there's just an air bubble stuck between each of these drivers, so they're just not able to get close and they're not able to make any moves.
Yeah, without DRS, it's definitely going to be hard around here. I was afraid of this happening here in Japan. Not one of these drivers can find themselves through this little pack / train that they got going on. But ERS Ham Newton does have damage. The Packers are now on the clock, but the McLaren of Sparky gets pretty close to ERS Ham Newton through these tight corners, but Ham pulls down the straightaway. So. And it actually looks like Team Amarda.
Hugo, what happened right there?
It
looks like Alan Hugo's actually caught him. Yeah, here, look at this. Finally something, side by side. And Ben gets a lot of the grass there on the left side. Stalls his momentum out, and that will let Alan Hugo.
Oh, there's a yellow flag in Sector 2. Who is it?
Oh, it's Ham. It's Ham Newton.
So Ham Newton.
Looks like he held on to it, though. Not too sure what happened. Maybe a half spin for him. Good job to hold on to it, but that is...
No.
That's all, folks. We'll see you next week. Oh, man. As soon as that happens, Chandler picks up his first penalty. Ward picks up a penalty. Ham picks up a penalty all at the same time right there. Oh, man. This is just falling apart real quickly.
Yeah. There is a Post Malone song that's pretty good. Things fall apart.
Oh, Chisholm out.
And what a shame for him.
Oh, I think...
Oh, and virtual safety car is out.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Chandler.
Here we go.
And Chandler Seda is now in the pits.
This is huge for Chandler.
This is big for him. I mean, New Zealand, this is saving him 7 to 9 seconds.
He's going to be the leader. No, he is guaranteed going to be the leader when New Zealand Ryan pits, because the amount of time that he is gaining right here is not going to be overcomable. I mean, what is it? Ryan might even lose spots here to Max Stalo. Did Max pit? Why did he not pit?
I am not sure. Max
Stalo somehow did not pit. Hoopalicious did. Ham did. Sparky did. There's a good chance that a lot of cars are going to overtake New Zealand Ryan once this phase of pit stop cycles out right here, because he's losing a lot of time by not pitting. He just kind of got screwed right there. It came out the second he passed the pit lane.
This is really going to shake things up here with this virtual safety car. I mean, New Zealand Ryan is your leader, followed by DRC Jarrett and B-Dunk and Max Stalo. I don't know what those guys are thinking. They are staying out in third and fourth.
Why would B-Dunk not pit? I mean, I would have double stacked with my teammate. Like, the amount of time that you gain.
Oh, wow, Danny. It's funny that you said that.
John, that was different. Okay, we don't speak. Anyways, we're back to green flag racing. And, yeah, let's see how this cycles out. If you're Ryan, you've got to pit right here, I think, because I mean, he's not going to be gaining any more time on these tires. The rest of the field, or at least the half of the rest of the field, is on fresh wets. They're going to be cruising a lot quicker than he is. Master Berserk and Ham Newton going at it right there, it appears. Let's see what's going on. And yes, Master Berserk has gotten around the Williams of Ham, but let's see what Ryan does right here, because, I mean, he's coming up to the final chicane right now, and let's see if he throws it into the pit lane. Boss Cookie's left the session. He doesn't want to watch the rest of the race, I guess. And no, looks like Ryan's going to stay out right here. And, you know, this actually might not be a bad idea now that I think about it, because if his rivals get held up by the midfielders, he's going to be able to gain some of that time back that he lost due to the safety car.
Yeah, but there's a massive gap between Chandler and Max Stalo. So Chandler is gaining time every single lap. He's only 21 seconds back. Let's see what Max can do here, though. See what Max can do here,
I'm a little disappointed in Max that he didn't realize that, because if he pitted, he would have gained so much time. He was right in the thick of the midfield.
Yeah, but that midfield is now forming a train behind Tia Mamardo.
Oh, what a slide by Alan Hugo. Sorry, he just drifted the spoon corner and held on to it.
Oh my God, a 10-second time penalty. He was trying to make a move on Master Berserk, and he just couldn't follow through with it and had to cut the corner. But a 10-second time penalty will be added to
I was just about to say, looks like the daily train is starting up right here. Ben is really holding up. 9th place.
Oh, and Master Berserker tries to make a move. Can he make a move up the inside
he does, but he's not going to be able to get the better rotation, because Ben has that better outside line for the exit. But Ham Newton, not too sure what happened to him if you saw it, the 10-second time penalty. Oh, and Ben goes wide right there. Oh, he loses 2 positions. Yes, I think he clipped the grass a little bit right there, mid through the S's section. No, doesn't look like Mean Fern will get there. But man, Steven Mardick really clips the grass there. I believe he did, at least, or he just got off the racing line.
Oh, he
lost 2 positions there, so it's not good for him. Yeah, he's losing a lot of grip all of a sudden.
Yeah, he looked real slow coming up that final S.
No, he didn't pit. I don't know why he didn't pit either.
Interesting.
But odd strategy here.
Yeah, but Alan Hugo might end up being the final point, because Master Berserk, excuse me, still has to pit, and Max Stalo and B-Dunk are battling.
I was just about to say, they are going at it. I do believe, Max has been behind B-Dunk this entire race, and now he ducks into the pits right there. He will get the undercut on B-Dunk, so B-Dunk's going to have to push like all hell on this in-lap right here if he's going to want to stay ahead of the Haas. But John, if you ask me, I think Max is definitely going to jump him here.
Yeah, I think Max will jump him, and Max actually might be ahead of someone like Sparky and Hooglicious as well. I'm watching the full track map. No, he will not. Never mind. But he will be in 7th with nobody in front of him and nobody behind him, except when B-Dunk or DRC Jarrett pits.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, I think the amount of time that you're going to gain in the safety car, or the VSC, mind me, is going to be a lot less here tonight due to the fact that it is rainy. So if it were dry, the drivers who pitted would have gained a lot more time than they have here tonight, but I still do think it was enough to make a substantial difference here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I am just interested to see what New Zealand Ryan and DRC Jarrett do when Chandler comes out in front of them.
We're only halfway through this race.
You're kidding. Oh, no, just we'll look by that. We'll look by. We got nothing going on. I mean, our social life kind of dead. You know, quarantine.
Oh, of course.
You know, You know, I mean, your girlfriend from Rhode Island, you know, long, you know, that's a far drive for you in quarantine. And Tima Marta picks up
another one. Oh, man. John, do you want to use this downtime to do a quick penalty check?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, actually, as you say, it looks like Ham is putting Berserk under a ton of pressure right here. Actually, hold off on that for a second. Ham might make a move right here. This is the closest I've seen a driver to anyone in a long time. Ham not able to get alongside right there. They have to tuck in the racing line right here, and he's going to lose a bit of time in that dirty area. Yes, he does. Coming out of the spoon curve, he loses a good 2 car lengths on Master Berserk in the racing point and ahead. So, John, I believe you can now resume with your penalty reel.
All right, so your leader, New Zealand Ryan, at least I think he's your leader. I can't really see that. But he has a 5-second time penalty. He has a 5-second time penalty and 2 warnings.
Which probably will be removed because that was a bit bogus, if you ask me.
Yes, it was. His teammate, who's in second, he's got 5 warnings and a penalty. So DRC Jared is on 5 warnings and a penalty. B-Dunk is on 1 penalty with 3 warnings. Chandler Seda has 0 penalties, so he's been the most consistent driver. Besides
He picked one up a lap ago.
Oh, did he? Oh, man.
Yeah, he definitely did. He has 3 seconds.
Okay, so Hooplicious doesn't have any penalties and 1 warning, so he is clean. And BRL Sparky doesn't have a single warning, so he is.
Wow.
And Mex Stalo.
Hey, could he win this thing?
He might be able to. Mex Stalo has a 10-second time penalty. Deer Hunter has 1 warning. Master Berserk has a penalty and 6 warnings. And ERS Ham Newton has a penalty. He's got 3 penalties and 8 warnings.
Oh, Master Berserk loses the back end big time. Ham Newton's going to go to his outside of the hairpin. Sorry, John. He lost it big time. Ham able to capitalize right here. Ham Newton goes for that outside through the banked hairpin, and he will get a better exit, but Berserk shuts the door on him. Really blocked him off there on exit. I don't know if Ham's going to be too pleased with that, but still good defensive driving nonetheless for Master Berserk.
Yeah, I'm still checking out these penalties. Mead Fern
keep going. Sorry about that.
Mead Fern only has 1 penalty. Tiamat Marduk has 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 time penalties plus a 10-second.
Man.
So good for him. Alan Hugo does have a penalty and 4 warnings.
You say good for him. He just lost another spot. He is off the track and spun out, it believes, for Tiamat Marduk. Yeah, the spoon curve. He seems to have lost it. He is now next to last of the runners still in the race here tonight, and he's still yet to make his pit stop.
Tiamat Marduk, if you re-watch this stream, me and Danny can help you out for next week. And B-Dunk,
of course.
And B-Dunk is still out there, and Chandler has caught him like at a really good time.
Yeah. But man, yeah, here comes Tiamat Marduk in the pit lane right here, and we might see him retire right here. There's not. Oh, and he sped at the pit.
Oh no! I mean, it is 3
Get some YouTuber Championship Season 2 Round 1 flashbacks right there. Speeding in the wet.
Danny,
but now looks like he has
then?
pitted for intermediates right here. Yes, I did. But here he is. He has put on the intermediates. It's a bit of a gamble. What? But either way, he has thrown on those green walls. Let's see if that really does pay off right here. He's lost so much time. I mean, there's nothing else really to do right here. As I say that, actually, I can see the sun through the clouds right there poking a little bit. So the rain might be letting off a little bit right here. It does appear to be a lot lighter than it was a minute ago. But I don't think he's going to be able to catch up, though. I mean, the amount of time he has lost and the amount of penalties he has, too, John. This is just not the race for him.
I mean, if there is a safety car, he might get back in this thing. It just depends on if he goes a lap down.
It needs to be full course. It needs to be a full course, not a VSC.
Yes, it definitely needs to be a full course caution or safety car, or whatever you want to call it. But the closest battle, we're gonna find it here.
I believe it's Chandler.
Yeah, it is Chandler and B-Dunk, but all these cars are practicing social distancing. I mean, you know, here at BRL, the Breakout Racing League, this is a terrible time in the world. We hope that everyone is staying safe and practicing social distancing, just like these cars tonight. We hope that everything is well with you and your family.
Quick thing
sir.
I gotta mention here. Ryan has not pitted yet. He has not pitted yet. Chandler has, but Ben has put on the intermediates. which tells me they might be faster at the moment. So if they all have to pit again anyway, that makes Chandler's decision to pit on that VSC absolutely pointless.
Yes, it does, and he would lose out to maybe someone like B-Dunk. So
yeah, I think he would have to gamble and just stay out on these wets the rest of the distance if Ryan comes in for the green walls.
That's difficult though, because those green walls are going to be so much faster.
I know, but still, the amount of time that he would have, the gap that he would have, would be massive.
Yeah, I mean,
this is only 10 to go right here, so still not a lot of time if Ryan does decide to pit. Still not a lot of time to get it done to catch up to Chandler, so we'll see what happens. It's 10 to go right here, so we can finally start counting down the race right here, John. Because not gonna lie, I think this has maybe been the most boring race since Australia in week 1.
I was not there in Australia for week 1, so I wouldn't know. But it sounds like it was pretty boring.
Yeah, well, think about this. Absolutely nothing happened, and I was commentating all by myself. So,
so this is like watching paint dry on a wall.
Yes.
Master Berserker, and actually Lizzo on a treadmill as well. Master Berserker picks up a 5-second time penalty there.
Yeah, and look at Sparky. Did something happen to Hoopalicious?
And Hoopalicious and Sparky side by side down.
They are side by side. Look at this side by side action through the S's. Haven't said that in ages. Sparky gets around Hoopalicious, I believe, or maybe Hoop tried to get around him and failed at it. Not too sure what happened. Missed it. But Mick Stalo is right behind them, and actually this is going to be something to keep an eye on right here, finally.
Finally something.
And Warden's put on the intermediates, by the way, so not only Team Arctic now.
Warden's down in 13th, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying more drivers starting to switch to him, so I think they're the
best at the moment. Well, I'll give you a pass. But, yeah, no, 5th through 7th here there's a battle shaping up between those three. Max Stalo, my guy, is knocking on the door of Hoopalicious as of now.
Oh, and Chandler, another penalty.
Oh, no, that's going to kill him at the end of this race.
Yeah, not good for him. But look at Max Stalo, by the way, here on Hoopalicious. Looks to the outside. Oh, switches. Yeah, no, he got on the grass there. He looked to the outside, touched the grass. I was going to say there wasn't really anywhere to go. He's going way off the racetrack. He loses a ton of time. I believe he just lost a full second on Hoopalicious. He's going to have to try and regather that time and put the pressure on in the closing laps here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm watching Chandler and B-Dunk still battling it out here. Chandler will not go away, but B-Dunk is not
giving up
the pressure. Yeah, no, he is not backing down from the pressure that Chandler Seda is bringing to him.
He's still pushing.
Definitely.
I mean, we see this from B-Dunk every week. I mean, right now, isn't he the provisional? No, he hasn't pitted yet. What am I talking about? Oh, jeez. So this is actually just working wonders for Ryan. He's really helping out New Zealand Ryan right here because he will have to pit. I mean, will he be able to get those wets all the way to the end from the start of the race? Because I know there is not a rule that you have to pit when it is wet. Do you think he can make it all the way on those?
I mean, those tires would have to be screaming, Danny, at the end of this race. And that would probably play into Chandler's hands in the last, 3 laps. If Chandler can cover 20 seconds in 3
Chandler
laps.
the handler, right?
The Chandler, the handler. That's
the back end there. Oh,
Danny, I still do it for Teasdale a little bit more than.
Where have you been, Teasdale? You got to get back here, man.
You got to get back in here. I mean,
I know you're watching, man. You got to get back in here.
Yeah, but yeah, as we'll continue, and ERS Ham Newton picks up his 20th penalty of this race.
Oh God. Yeah, hasn't been the best of races for him. And Chandler, I was going to say, he drifted the middle back straight right there. Did a good job to hold on to it, but he lost a good chunk of time to B-Dunk. Looks like he has gathered it back here in the 3rd sector.
Nice corner cut out of him.
It's so impossible to pass here tonight, though. I don't think he's going to get around him. He's really just going to have to wait for B-Dunk to pit, and then he'll be able to unleash his pace. But, John, he has lost, I've looked at it, he has lost 5 seconds in this time behind B-Dunk, and the pit window, I believe, is about 23. So it is now, it's a 21-second gap between New Zealand Ryan and Chandler. So if Ryan can just hold on to this a little bit longer, he's going to be able to pit and still come ahead of these two right here and hold on to that lead.
It's definitely going to be tight, Danny, but Chandler has a ton of ERS to continue using. B-Dunk
Yeah, but I mean, ERS is not
giving
something
him
you want to use
any
too much
help.
in the wet here, because that means more power to your rear wheels, which means a lot more wheel spin.
I could care less, Danny. I am a guy who just sends it.
Yeah, you could care less because you run traction control.
Yes, Danny, I do run traction control. Thank you for making that clear to everyone. Danny, who won an ARL last week by chance in a Williams with realistic cars? I think I did. But as we continue riding on board, at least I am riding on board with Chandler Seda here. B-Dunk is just not doing him any favors, Danny. And looks like we have lost Danny for some reason. Danny, come in.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I think I fell asleep real quick. Oh man, I'm back.
Like Sleepy Joe. Wow. Wow, Sleepy Joe.
No. Was it some familial, something that just happened? But whatever. Back at it right here. Still nothing going on. Max Stalo 2/10 behind Hoopalicious. He has gained the time back that he lost a couple laps ago when he slid through the spoon corner. Oh, and actually, look at that. Hoopalicious completely misses the first apex in the chicane. And this is going to let Max Stalo get an undercut here out of the corner. Here we go. I haven't said this all night. Side by side for 6th place down the front straightaway. Looks like Max Stalo edges ahead, but Hoop fights back at the end of the straightaway, but Max Stalo gets the inside line.
Oh, and Hoop runs
He
wide.
will move his car ahead of Hoopalicious and will put himself up into 6th place. John, I have needed that.
Yeah, I mean, I really did too, but something to look at right now is the fact that Tim Marduk is coming up to DRC Jared, who's already been lapped by New Zealand Ryan. So what a shame for him, but also again side-by-side action between Mean Fern and ERS Ham Newton. And Ham Newton is by Mean Fern for 9th.
Missed it right there. Yes, he did. A good move for Ham to promote himself up into 9th right there to make himself 2
and
points
Chandler,
instead of 1.
looking real racy on B-Duck. Will he make a move into Spoon? No, he will not. Thinks better of it. Warden
no, and yes, I can confirm the intermediates are faster right now. Warden sets the fastest lap of the race. He goes purple to 143 point something. Didn't get that last number right there.
Danny, I hate to interrupt you, but
yeah,
Chandler
I see it. I'm looking at it right now. Chandler, here he is coming on B-Dunk. Looks to the inside of 130R. This could be a crash.
Will he go?
Look at B-Dunk holding on to it there ahead of him. That could have been a huge crash if Chandler tried to hold it through there, because I don't think B-Dunk was going to give him all too much room, because you know how competitive natured he is. Here they are coming on the main straightaway. Chandler Seda is going to have to look to the left side here. Yes, B-Dunk covers off the right, side by side for 3rd. No, 2nd, mind me.
And
Jared comes into the pit lane, and Chandler is up into 2nd right here. And yes, it was a battle for 3rd momentarily, but due to Jared's pit stop, it is now for 2nd. Chandler, I think he's got to go to the end on these tires, because he is not going to win.
That is the best possible situation that Chandler could have ended up having. Getting by B-Dunk on that lap while DRC Jared was pitting, that was the best thing to happen for him. Now he needs to keep his head down and just drive like hell.
Yeah, I mean, because New Zealand Ryan, it is 24 seconds now. It's ahead of that window that I believe was 23 seconds between pit stops. So, I mean, Ryan can pit right now, and he's still going to come out ahead. So let's see what Ryan does here. I mean, he's going to put on...
He almost lost it there. Chandler almost lost it.
Yes.
Touched the
yes,
grass
he did.
a
Got
little
a
bit.
look at it right there. But I was just about to say, Ryan can pit right here, put on those intermediates. And
and
geez, Chandler just lost it again. He is not doing himself any favors right here. He's losing time, even though he has got tires that have half the age of New Zealand Ryan's. But he's still losing time due to these mistakes right here. He told me tonight in a group chat, expect him to bottle it. It looks like he might have bottled it a little bit. And it'll be an extreme bottling of it, of sorts, if B-Dunk is able to get back around him right here, because B-Dunk is looking racy back on him right here.
Yes, he is. B-Dunk in his Alfa Romeo. He's been putting together some great finishes at Russia. He was leading for most of the race. He won at Singapore, so he's really improved here in the Breakout Racing League. So if he's on for another podium, that would be great for him. But DRC Jared is coming fast.
Yes, he is. I mean, this is going to be crazy these last couple laps. I'm still confused as to why Ryan has not pitted, because he will emerge as the leader if he pits right now. he waits any longer, Chandler is going to get within that window just based off the fact that his tires are that much newer.
Yeah, definitely. The closest battle right now looks to be Alan Hugo and Meadford. Will Alan Hugo send it up the inside? No, he will not. I thought he was looking there for a minute. He was really looking, I'm telling you. And he almost loses the back end, does a little bit. Will he have this drag down?
Yeah, I'm looking at Alan Hugo right here. As you said it, he's going to take a look here, I believe. Meadford does go defensive, but I think that's a good decision there because it sets him up for a better apex in the second apex of the first couple corners. And yes, he gets a better rotation around the outside. Alan Hugo will not get around him, and Alan Hugo, oh man. I was about to say the S word for spin, but nah, he saved it. Only a half slide, maybe a quarter slide, if that. It's good stuff from Hugo to hold on to it, but I think his chances of passing Meadford might have just gone down the window because we've seen how hard it is to close in here tonight.
Yeah, he's just almost vettled it there, and New Zealand Ryan is staying out there.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, Team at Murdoch has put the wets back on, so I don't think the intermediates are faster right now. Not sure what's going on with that situation.
Looks
like he's a ghost car, actually. It looks like he's a ghost car. I think he might have quit.
Maybe that would be a shame. I mean, it didn't show up that he quit, but I mean that video would definitely not go out on YouTube. I will tell you that right now. I mean, prove me wrong, TM I can use this broadcast. Prove me wrong, buddy. But DRC Jared with the new fastest lap, and he gets around.
Yes, and as you said that he goes around B-Dunk, that was rather easy there. He's just on much fresher tires, and yeah, ignoring what Team Marduk's car is running right now, those wets, I do believe the intermediates are just faster right now. So that was very effortless pass there for Jared to get around B-Dunk. Chandler is his next target, and Chandler is only 1.9 seconds up ahead, so I think he's going to catch it pretty quickly. It's just a matter of if he can get around him, because Ryan is still staying out right now. I mean, I don't know if he's going to get those tires all the way to the end. They might pop, but John, let's see what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I don't know. I kind of want to see them pop. Not to be rude or mean to New Zealand Ryan or anything like that, but DRC Jared is in need of a win here, and Ham Newton with his 40th penalty now of this race. I'm surprised he's not disqualified yet, but DRC Jared is catching Chandler Seda really quickly as of now.
Oh, he gained a second. He gained a second since we've looked away from him in mid-sector one. So he's going to get him pretty quickly right here.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh,
we do this all the time, John. But yeah, 3-second time penalty for Jared, and here he is coming on to the final straightaway right here. Let's see what he can do to get closer to Chandler in the final chicane. Chandler losing the back end a little bit there through 130R. Jared is very planted, though, as we've said. Those tires are looking a lot better for him. His downforce is looking better as well. So here we are now coming through this final corner. He's getting the power down way easier. He gains 3/10 in that one corner.
And another
looks like the rain
lap
was coming down a lot harder there all of a sudden. A bit strange. But yes, Jared does hit the fast lap right there. 4/10 behind Chandler now. And if there's any sector where he's going to gain a ton of time on Chandler, I think it's this one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at him. He's already on the back of the gearbox of Chandler Seda.
He might make a move around the outside. I know I love doing this myself in online hoppers.
Don't we all, Danny?
He just power around the outside, one of those sweepers in the S's, but now it looks like he does not get the opportunity to pull that off. But, loses the back end a little bit there, but holds on to it. Jared with the better grip right there is just able to save it. But here we are coming through the Degnas right here, really able to get on the brakes easier than Chandler. We might see him make the move in the hairpin right here. Yes, we might. Jared is all over him. Gonna look to the left side. Oh, he goes up the inside of Chandler.
Oh, they
make contact.
They touch.
But it looks like that contact actually helped his car turn. And Chandler will lose the spot, but no, it looks like he's going to fight back here. But no, he does not. No, he loses the back end there mid the straightaway. The bear to the right holds on to it, but yes, he has lost the position to Jared. And what is it? Ryan looks like he is going the distance on those wets.
I mean, if I were Ryan, I'd just pit on I just go on the intermediates and kind of show off.
No, because Jared is now is in the window.
Well, the thing is New Zealand Ryan, if he did pit, he would lose 5 seconds because he does still have that 5-second time penalty. But I think Jared has a penalty and Chandler only has Jared has 2 penalties, I'm pretty sure, and Chandler only has 1.
Now, Ryan's definitely good to the end here. Because he's going to win the race. Even if that penalty does not get appealed, he's 100% going to win the race if he crosses the line with it. Just based off of how far ahead he is.
Yeah, Jared has, 2 penalties and 3 warnings. So he could get another time penalty. New Zealand Ryan only has a 5-second, which he got on lap 1. And Chandler Seda has 1 penalty.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's going to finish at 3rd here. I don't think there's any doubt of that. B-Dunk is not very close anymore. Now that I think about it, I didn't realize these guys were going to try and stretch it to the end like this. B-Dunk, if he really did hold on to it in front of Chandler, good chance he could have finished on the podium here tonight, but it just looks like that was not meant to be.
Yeah, I mean, what a shame for him. And Shizavivid has left the session, so
he's a trooper. He's been watching this race. He's been watching this race.
Good sportsmanship out of him. You know, that's what the Breakout Racing League is all about, the sportsmanship.
Oh, of course.
You know, of course, you know. Oh, and BRL.
Well, here he is coming through Sector 3. New Zealand Ryan about to come through the final chicane for penultimate time. He's going to take the white flag this time around here at Japan, and I think this might be the most boring win of his life if he is able to secure it. Coming around here to take the white flag, and yes, white flag is in the air for New Zealand Ryan, lap 27 out of 27. John, thank God it is lap 27.
I mean, I just can't believe that someone can go that long on wets on a controller and still have the pace advantage over the whole field.
The only assistance he's gotten here tonight is those 2 VSCs, really letting him able to cool those tires off and just chill around here for a good few laps. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, it is definitely a hard feat to try and go the distance on those tires.
Can Alan Hugo?
Oh, and yes. Look at this side-by-side action on the fast lap. You said it, yeah. I mean, I pulled him in the lap to these guys, but Mean Fern has been passed by Alan Hugo. Let's see if Mean Fern's able to get back alongside him. Looks like he's going to take a peek in 130R, but no, he thinks better of it and gets behind him. I think that will be 9th place for Hugo. And Eros Ham Newton might be able to get up there and challenge Hugo, but not actually as I say that. Looks like Ham... Oh, no, Ham is on much fresher tires as I say that, so he might actually catch up.
Yeah, Ham with his 40 seconds of penalties, but Max Stalo is still... That is the closest battle between him and
Tame Martic is driving.
Is he? Is he? He's driving.
He's running a dead last, but he is driving, so...
He's driving.
Gotta give him credit right there.
But lap
here comes Ryan. Ryan is coming through the next last straightaway right here.
Oh, it's Sparky! Sparky goes on the grass. Max Stalo, they go side by side through the hairpin. Can Max Stalo or Sparky get this 5th position? Max Stalo around the outside is going to have the worst traction. Sparky goes through, but will Max Stalo make a move down in the spoon? No, he does not.
Ryan is coming across the line to win the race. Not going to look at it right here, though, because there's a much better battle right now between Max Stalo and Sparky. But there you have it. Ryan wins the race. Serves his 5-second time penalty, but here we go. Final time for Max Stalo if he wants to get around the McLaren of Sparky. John, I think he's got to send it right here. Through 130 on they go. He's going to set it up. Send it, Max. Send it. Hard on the... Nah, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Very anticlimactic.
It will be 5th place for Sparky. Sparky almost threw it away right there. If he threw it away, I would have sent him a gif of a dancing panda as he sent that to me today. Very cringy, not going to lie. But across the line, he goes 5th place. Max Stalo in 6th. Max with penalties gets promoted down to 7th. Demoted, mind me. As Hoop gets promoted up to 6th. Deer Hunter, by the way, haven't said his name once all night. He's going to finish solidly in the points in 8th place.
Yes, he will. I mean, good result for Deer Hunter.
Yeah, good for
right
Deer
behind
Hunter.
him,
Alan Hugo, by the way, coming out of the final corner. This has not been a great race for him. Not gonna lie, 9th place, 2 points for him.
He drifted.
He drifts it. Hey, Mean Fern across the line. It will move up into 9th. Alan Hugo falls down to 10th, and Ham does not get any points for obvious reasons.
No, Ham's gonna fall. Watch. Warden's gonna beat Ham. Watch this. I'll throw $5 on it, Danny. Yep.
Oh, he did. He beat him.
I told you. I said I'd throw $5 on it. Where's my $5?
That was not a great race for Ham Newton. John, I'm not giving you $5.
Damn.
Well, thank Jehovah or Buddha or God or whoever you believe in that race is over. It is finally the podium celebration time here in Japan. There is your winner, New Zealand Ryan, a top spray in the champagne. Second place is teammate BRL Jared. Third place is going to belong to Chandler, and this is not the race that Chandler needed. He's going to lose points here on Ryan. It's going to be a loss of 10 points, so it's going to be a 71-point gap with 4 races remaining, leaving today's weekend. So Chandler needed, I thought it was a must-win for him tonight. He did not deliver on it, so he's going to need a very strong season and a little bit of luck these last 4 races if he wants to win the championship. But John, you can see our standings here for the finishing result of the race. Why don't you take us through it?
B-Dunk comes home in 4th in his Alfa Romeo with a pretty decent race, kind of in no man's land for a little bit there. BRL Sparky in his McLaren comes home in 5th. Hooplicious in the other Alfa Romeo comes home in 6th. Mex Talo, my one to watch, comes home in 7th. Not a bad race for him. Deer Udder comes home in 8th after not mentioning him once all race. Mean Fern in 9th. Alan Hugo, followed by Master Berserk. Warden, ERS Hamden, our YouTuber friend, Tima Marduk, Shiza Vivid, and rounding out your grid, Boss Cookie.
Man, never would have guessed that, huh?
Yeah, never.
Oh, man. That's unfortunate. Well, I mean, guess it's time for podium interviews. I mean, these guys are not going to have much to talk about.
It's going to be a Kimi
But
Räikkönen
again, our
session.
most ecstatic drivers, you know, Ryan and Jared are the most electric people I've ever spoken to. So let's see how they handle the questions here tonight. So let's get them in the party, John, and we'll get this thing going. Send an invite to Ryan because he won the race first. So we'll get him in here. And John, if you could send the invite to Jared and Chandler for me, that would be nice.
Of course, Danny. Danny, I just want to mention, I sat here and drank 2 gallons of water during that whole entire race.
Yeah, so that'll feel nice. But all right, Ryan is in the party now, so if you could just check the box for me, that would be awesome. Oh, yes. All right. Well, here he is. New Zealand Ryan has won here at Japan, and I think the most boring race of his entire life. He's extended his points lead from 61 to 71 points on Chandler Seda. Ryan, I think the only bit of drama there you had was running those tires from start to finish. Tell us how you were able to do that.
Yeah. It might have been boring to watch, but it wasn't boring at all at the end because I was very, very worried about my tires not making it, but they did.
What was the
That's
percentage,
nice.
if we may ask?
76%.
Oh, that's not too bad.
On the rears. Yes. I was like 3 seconds a lap off the pace the last 3 laps, just cruising around.
All right, well, you won the race. It's another victory here tonight. And what is it? Not too many times we've seen the rain here tonight. Did you know that it was raining in the race, or was that a surprise to you when you saw it pouring down on the grid?
Nah, I knew. Changed the setup to suit it and all that, but still quite the risky task to 0 stop, given the championship and everything.
Yeah, we figured. Well, it ended up being a good strategy there, winning the race, obviously, and extending that points lead. But next week is at COTA, Circuit of the Americas, the United States, for that Grand Prix track that some people love, some people hate. So what's your opinion on that racetrack? What can we expect out of you next time out?
I thought it was Mexico, but sure, Coda's alright.
It is the U.S.
Alright, there you go then. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fun.
Fuck?
Oh, it's Mexico in 2020, that's what I'm talking about, never mind.
Pleb.
I gotcha. Well, congratulations on the win here tonight. Once again, excited from a driver standpoint, maybe not from the spectator point of view, but you got it done. Congratulations to you, and we'll see how you can do next time out at COTA.
Thank you.
All right, well, second place here tonight was his teammate, a DRC Jared, and I swear, ever since this guy told me that he doesn't practice anymore, he's been finishing on the podium almost every weekend. He's here again here tonight, finishing second place. You were the only driver up there at the front to put on those green wall intermediates, and it was a gamble that did pay off because you were able to cut your way back through the field and get back up there into second place. How were you able to pull that off?
No, I just drove fast, you know. Yeah, I don't know. My wets were gonna blow up, so I had to pit, and I heard Warden with the inters were getting good, so yeah, I just put them on and went for it. And I got another penalty behind Chandler, so I had to push even more to get past him and then pull 3 seconds. So yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, well, second place here tonight in the rain. I think your buddies with Mr. Benjamin Daly, who's been finishing not too well in these first 2 races here of Breakout Racing Leagues. Is there anything you got to tell him to speed up his pace a little bit?
I don't know. I mean, he's primarily on PC, so it's probably a bit of a jump come from PC to Xbox with a different handling model. But yeah, he'll be fine. He's decent.
Yeah, of course, of course. Well, good run here for you tonight. Next time out is US once again. Number 1, are you going to be there? Or number 2, can we see another podium out of you next time out?
Yeah, I'll be there. I don't know about a podium, but I'll be there.
All right, cool. All right, well, it is second place for you tonight. Another 1-2 for the Renault camp. Seen a lot of those this season.
Stonks.
Another one here tonight. And yeah, congrats on that. We'll see you next time out.
Cheers.
All right, Chandler, I believe you will be the most ecstatic of our podium drivers here tonight because you show a bit more emotion than you tend to, but third place it is for you. Maybe not the result you wanted. It was going pretty well, but I believe in the end it was that decision to pit on the VSC that didn't pay off really in the end. Take us through that race.
No, actually, that pitting under VSC, that part was just luck. I was playing pit lap 11 because my tires weren't going to make it, but I knew if I pit lap 11, I would get to the end. So that was my decision, but it came out, and I thought that was perfect. And I came out in clean air. I'm lapping 2 seconds faster than I was previously, and I'm lapping about 1.5 seconds faster than the 2 Renaults. But then I got to B-Dunk, and he's magically 2 seconds slower than my paces. And that I knew right then that was not his pace. I knew there was something up. And so for those last laps, I was stuck behind him 2 seconds slower. Would I have caught Ryan?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. He was too far up there, but Jared should have been nowhere near me. But in the chat, apparently, Hoop told B-Dunk to hold me up, so that is great. No point of even racing if people are purposely holding others up. It's not cool, but
Yeah,
in the end,
it did look a bit forced.
Yeah, in the end, P3 it is. Should have been P2. Well, could have been P2, but
Yeah.
I'll take a podium.
Yeah, well, what is it? It's a 71-point gap now coming in the last 4 races here. You got United States, you got Mexico, you got Brazil, and you got Abu Dhabi. Are these strong tracks for you, and is it still realistic for our Chandler Sada fans to hope for a championship again this season?
USA and Brazil, probably decent for me. Mexico and Abu Dhabi, horrible for me. I think I can probably get it to go to Mexico, but after that, it's going to be shut down. There's just, unless Ryan DNFs a few races, there's no chance it goes to Abu Dhabi, I don't think. He's just too consistent, too strong this season compared to me. I've just made too many mistakes, got caught up in too much stuff. But I'll try to get it to Mexico.
And to be fair, you have missed a couple races as well.
Yep, that had just things out of my control, so.
And it kind of
course, of
derailed in
course.
Hungary there for you.
Yeah, DRS stuck open in quali, yep. That's nice.
Oh man.
And then
That's
turn
what you
and then
want.
get shoved off the track with wing damage, that's nice. But yeah,
Oh.
you know, great game.
So it's been like
Of
your
course.
season so far has been like Vettel in 2018. You know.
Okay,
So
you know
good,
what?
man.
Someone told me you called me the Vettel of the season and something about spinning. Who was it?
What?
Who was it? Someone said
Definitely
something
wasn't
about
me
one
because
of you
I
guys
don't
called me
do my
Vettel.
boy
Who was it?
Sebastian like that. So it was definitely my co-commentator right here. All right. Well, I mean, what is? I guess there's only one thing left.
Spins.
You're not one that spins, except for when you dip.
No.
All right. So next week is United States, of course, as we said. Can we see you get your form back here for these last 4 races? I mean, as you took us through the tracks a minute ago, but United States is one of your home track technically, even though it's just a video game. But let's see, what do you think we can see out of you next week?
Yeah, United States I think is one of my it's good. It's the strongest track I'd say of the last 4. So I think I could get a good result there, but we'll see.
All right, awesome. Well, Congrats on the third place here tonight. Of course, it's not what you want to hear entirely, but a podium is a podium nonetheless, and we hope to see you do well again here tonight and take the fight to Ryan. Let him not walk away with this thing here at the end. All right, well, I think that's about going to do it here tonight from Japan and the Suzuka circuit. John, is there one last thing you'd like to talk to our viewers back at home about before we end the coverage here tonight?
I mean, very electrifying interviews there. I mean, those blokes were
of course.
Those blokes were just electrifying. I mean, that was probably the best interview that I've ever heard. But yeah, here at the Breakout Racing League, we hope that all of you are safe during this horrible time. I know where I live, the guidelines will be ended Monday, so hopefully you guys are getting back to work and providing for your family or whatever the circumstances are. Hopefully you guys are staying safe and healthy from the virus. So, Danny, back over to you to finish this thing off.
Yeah, before we leave, I'd just like to mention for all of you back at home looking for things to watch, of course, you have our Breakout Racing League, but none of that is over. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night. Maybe not everyone's favorite sport in the world, but something to watch. NASCAR is back starting tomorrow at the Darlington Raceway. Too tough to tame, so make sure to turn that on if you want something to pay a little attention to and enjoy your Sunday
and Danny,
with. So, John,
Danny, you've forgotten ARL, Danny.
Oh, of course. Oh, my God. We do not stream that. All right. Well, that is about going to do it here tonight. Once again, stay safe, guys. It's glad to have you here again tonight. And, John, I'll see you next week. Once again, Daniel Webster. No, not Daniel Webster. Oh, yeah, Daniel Webster or Jonathan Stevens. How about that? Or yeah, all right. Yeah, well, a bit of an odd exit here, but once again, this has been round 17 from the Suzuka circuit. I'm Dana Stevens alongside Jonathan Webster. We hope to see you next time out in the United States at Circuit of the Americas, where we should have a better race for you, assuming it does not rain. So once again, thank you for tuning in again tonight. We'll see you next time out. Take care.